Hey everyone, Sean here from the Sci-Fi Model Guy, and just wanted to do a quick little video update on the progress of the Jupiter 2. So I have seen that a lot of people have been watching those first two videos, and I really appreciate it, so I thought I'd give an update. I have been continuing to work on this model, and I got to tell you, it's just extremely detailed, as you can see here. I'm just going to pan around on some of these pieces, and almost all the work on this kit is painting. There's really not a ton of pieces to really talk about. They're pretty simple, straightforward, but the detail that you have to do on these is just enormous. So I'm just panning around here, looking at all the various walls and everything that we've painted here. And I think I went over the colors in the first two videos. On the next one I will recap and actually go back and rewatch those two because it's been so long since I've done them. But you know, a lot of detail goes into these things. There's a little bit of dust on here I have to brush off. Have had the model covered this whole time, but nonetheless, a little bit of dust and stuff gets in there. So I just wanted to show off some of the detail. Most of this is all done by hand. These details are with a hand brush. The wall coloring, this kind of like a deck tan brown, I think is what it was. I'll have to go back and look. That was all with the airbrush, and all these doors here were done with an airbrush as well, or either that or spray, and I masked that off really well, which I did document in the first two videos. So some of the progress here, this is one of the main parts of the wall assembly. It's all together. This glue is still kind of drying. There are decals on here that you can see. They're really shiny from this end. So I'm going to go through and some Solvaset and micro set to get that nailed down. There's a little bit of symbols on there. It's really hard to tell with the camera on the phone here. This piece here does have a little bit of lighting already installed back here for the these controls here. And these I just put together today. These clear panels behind there. There's some couple pieces that go into here. And there's some photo etch work here and some decals. Now, when I zoom in, it really looks kind of chunky. It was just really hard to avoid any of that. I've never done anything this detailed and this small, so forgive my sloppiness here. I've never really hand painted things so full of details, but when you zoom out and look at it, I'm pretty proud of it. I know other people out there can do a much better job, and I would by no means consider myself an expert in painting these things, but I was pretty happy with the way it came out, and especially here the resin figures here. They're all the main characters, and I got the detail of them pretty nailed down, and the robot especially is really nice. I really like him. This guy here and Dr. Smith, I think you have to buy separately, and then the family comes together. They're about $30 for the family, and I think another $30 for the robot and Dr. Smith. I'll have to double check. And just panning around here. So I'm going to turn this thing around. Now, here where you see these boxes, they're kind of a makeshift. These are just little light boxes here that I made, and I'm going to put little SMDs in there to light up these little display panels, and that's going to happen on all of these here. So these three sections are all identical. Each of them is going to get 3 LEDs or SMDs in there, and they're going to be powered up. This has got some power to it. And then over here, I've been avoiding putting the camera on, is the center console here, which is lit and all ready to go. I'm going to turn off the light up here to give it a little bit better of a illumination. Now this center console there is missing the decal, so I still have to put that on, so it looks a little too bright right there. But when this is in the ship, you're not going to see as much of this bright reflection coming there. That's just from the way this piece is sitting on this towel. But that's all wired up. And then over here, I've got the Cyclops monster screen display in there, and then these little control panels are lit up as well. So I'll turn that around just so you can see. So there's some lights there. There's like one warm SMD here, and then 3 more here in that area. Now this here on the camera because I am using my phone. It looks very bright on this camera, that big white spot, but in person you don't see that, especially when I kind of go up this direction. I don't see it from the top as much. So it looks worse on camera than it does in real life. So just have to hope you believe me on that. And that's it. So that's the update. Almost all of the detail is done. I still have to finish painting the astrogator, which is like the center console in the middle of the ship where they navigated and set their course from. That I primed and it's drying over there. And I do have the ship here. We'll take a little walk through the garage here. And here's the ship itself. Now, the top part is not painted. This is just primed. And I'm going to take this off a little bit. And there's the innards of it. So right here we have the top dome light that rotates, flashing. Here's the battery that powers that. I'm probably going to disconnect this and connect it to the main power. So here's the main switch. I'm going to turn that on. And you'll see all this duct tape or this electrical tape I put here. That's just for light blocking. So I cut this piece of cardboard, by hand, put it in there, and then filled it in and glued these pieces of tape there just to block the light. It probably wouldn't come through the floor because there's a floor piece that goes in here. But I just didn't want to risk that. So I just taped it just for good measure. And I still need to figure out a way to have these the power switch go down, as well as the this here. This is I forget the name, the resistometer or something. I don't know. But this controls the rate at which these little guys rotate. So if I turn it up all the way, or turn it down, it goes very slow, and turn it all the way to the right, it goes fast. And then we'll scroll down here, and this is the light underneath that we were blocking. So there's slow mode, and then I'll just turn it up. And I kind of like that speed. That's a really neat effect. Super cool LED board. Definitely worth the price. I think if you're going to build this kit, I think if you're going to light it and everything, why not just go all out? So that's what we're doing here. And we'll just scroll down through the bench here. Here's the Galactica that I'm working on, and hopefully you've seen that video, and my messy desk. One day we'll do a tour here of the workshop. There's not a whole lot. So there's, my workspace here. Well, why not just give a little tour? So here's my main workspace there. And then behind here is the models and my generations poster, and there's my reflection. Hi there. So yeah, we'll have a proper tour one day, maybe if I can get the place cleaned up a little bit better. But there you go. You got the dime tour there. So that's it, everyone. A little 8-minute update video just to kind of show you where we are. I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait to get this finished and in the hands of the recipient there. So we'll talk about that on the next video, on how to see his videos and his channel and everything. It's Pop Culture Curator. That's who this is for. We call him Pop. And this model is for him. He is an absolute Lost in Space fan. So check him out. And we'll talk more about that on the next video. So anyway, yeah, again, thanks for being patient on this one. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one probably, so I really do appreciate the patience there. And we'll see you next. I'm going to have the next video of the Galactica probably in 3 days or so. All right, we'll talk to you all soon. See you down the road.